Hello, and welcome to Awakenpedia. My name is Alana Joy, and I am here as one of the guides. I'm so grateful to all those who have contributed and created this community, allowing us to come together this really important time in our history, our collective awakening. More and more of us are remembering who we are, remembering our essence, and connecting with our infinite capacity to heal and support each other. I imagine you have found your way here for similar reasons that I have. You're seeking a deeper connection, a deeper remembering within yourself and with others, with the planet, the wisdom of your body, with both your humanness and your own divinity. I'll share with you a bit about my awakening experience, which is ever evolving. I don't expect to ever be complete in this human lifetime. And as you're listening to my story, I invite you to listen for yours as well. Because while on the surface, our human selves have their own unique, beautiful experiences, at the core, at our essence, we're more similar than different. I remember sitting on the bathroom counter around 7 years old, staring at the reflection that was staring back and repeating my name, Alana, 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 as if I was trying to connect that name, that sound, those words with the image I was seeing. I had this sense of disconnection, of not belonging here, in this body, in this family, on this planet. And this sense of disconnection, of not belonging, intensified as I received messages that the emotions I was feeling were too much. I was too sensitive. Or the sensations in my body weren't true or weren't a big deal. That these hunches, these voices, these premonitions that I experienced were not true, not to be believed, not understandable by science. And so I learned to become further and further disconnected from my heart and from my body and from my soul. And as humans, we have an innate desire to belong, to be loved, to feel safe. And so I contorted and distorted this truth of who I was in an attempt to seek that belonging, that safety. And we can think of these distortions, these patterns, these behaviors that we develop as humans as the ego self. And so we construct these identities to get by in the world. And they do work. They support us until they don't. And so I had built this precarious house of cards of identities and behaviors, roles and titles to be accepted, to belong, to feel safe, and to feel loved. And I had this deep knowing that I was dodging something, that there was something I was ignoring, not connecting with. And it felt like this void within me, this hole that was meant to be filled with something greater. And so what this looked like on the surface, this distress, it showed up in my heart and in my body. And I received diagnostic label after diagnostic label of various conditions to explain this emotional and physical distress. And these labels accumulated until my early 30s, when I was diagnosed with a rare genetic condition of the connective tissue. I had a disorder of connection. It was right there in my DNA. My healing guidance was right there in my DNA. I had to reconnect. And this wasn't just within my body. This was with my heart and with my soul, with my essence, with something greater. Shortly after I received my diagnosis, my father died. And days before his death, he shared with me a simple but profound message. Life is for living. These simple words, coupled with my diagnosis, brought me to my knees. These identities, this precarious house of cards that I had constructed, collapsed. And I was confronting my morbidity and mortality. How was I going to live this life? How long did I have to live? Was I living my life, or was I living someone else's? We can call this experience the dark night of the soul, or the dark night of the ego, because it is an ego death. It is this awareness of this differentiation between the ego self and the true self. And so the ego self had collapsed. I recognized these identities and behaviors were built on unsolid ground. And it's common in this place to have thoughts of death, of life ending, of ending one's life. Because in truth, yes, there is a death, multiple deaths of all these identities that we had created to feel safe. And they're no longer working because we see them for what they are. And so in this dark and lonely time, I uncovered the truth of who I am. I remembered. And in the digging through of the rubble, I uncovered my essence, the essence of my soul, which is joy, right there in my name. It's in all of us, and I had a place right in my name to remind me. And I also uncovered my purpose, my life's mission, and that is to guide others into reconnection with their heart, their body, and their soul. My mission in this lifetime is to support others to compassionately reconnect within themselves for more ease, peace, and joy in their life. And when we develop peace, joy, and ease within ourselves, we ripple that out into the world. As within, so without. And so my mission is world peace, one person at a time, starting from within. I guide others through various holistic practices, weaving together science and spirituality, drawing in my experiences in this human lifetime, my professional experiences as a seasoned nurse, psychotherapist, and spiritual guide, drawing upon my own awakening and what has supported me with compassionately reconnecting within myself, my essence, and my own divinity. I bring together psychology, somatics, and energetics to help others dig through their rubble of their collapsed selves, bring compassionate curiosity to the ways that they courageously and cleverly created these identities to survive, and support them with then amplifying their essence, turning up the volume of their soul and shining their light. So I hope to meet you again in one of my offerings here. It would be an honor to support you in your awakening journey. And by inviting me in to support you, you are supporting me with fulfilling my soul's mission.